Welcome back. This is still TV3Newday. We're crossing over now to the Ashanti region. We want to find out what the reaction to the minister's extension of the deadline for SIM re-registration has been like, and whether indeed people are out there trying to get their SIMs re-registered before the end of September. We heard from the minister who said that even before or by the end of August, if they realize that you have not registered your SIM, you are likely to lose out on certain benefits that come with a SIM, including data usage and voice usage as well. And so what does it look like in the Ashanti region? Ibrahim Abubakar is there and he will update us at this point. Good morning, Ibrahim.
Good morning, Bella.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, by His grace.
All right. First of all, have you re-registered your SIM yet?
Fortunately for me, I've been able to register because I have my Ghana card.
Okay, I thought maybe you're a member of Stubborn Academy. How many of them can we count there who are still trying to re-register their SIMs? And what have been the reasons that they have attributed to not being able to do it earlier?
Well, Bella, the reason basically has to do with the Ghana card. In fact, as I speak to you, a lot more people have not been able to.
All right, well, you do understand that technology
yes,
sometimes.
Personally,
okay.
I know people who have registered from day one, and as we speak, they've not been able to secure their Ghana card. Anytime they go to the office, they are being told their data is in the system and it will be printed out for them. So that is the reason. But today, when you look at the background, let me just use the front camera and show the background. And this is the MTN office around the cabin. And this same office yesterday, the number of people that trooped here was massive. In fact, you could see the queue from this place to about 200 or 300 meters more. But this morning, after the extension of the deadline, you could see empty seats. In fact, about 3-4 of the people here have come to re-register their SIM card. So you see how people sometimes relax when the extension is being done, because the people who were here, hundreds of them were here, most of them had their Ghana card with them. But this morning, the place is virtually empty. So some are still waiting for last minute before they come and re-register. And you can see officials ready to register subscribers, but most of the subscribers are nowhere to be found. So this is the situation here. So people seem relaxed because the extension has been made. But generally, a lot more of the people who I spoke to have challenged because of their Ghana card. They've not been able to register because some have their Ghana card with them, but they are go back to the NIA for correction, and as we speak, those anomalies have not been rectified. So basically, that's why people have not been able to.
But just a quick one. Could it be that for a number of the people who are yet to re-register their cards, they're probably waiting for that app that the minister talked about, which would cost 5 Ghana cedis to have your SIM linked to your Ghana card and, of course, subsequently re-registered, which is probably why you don't see the numbers like you did yesterday?
Well, it's possible because I've not seen them yet, so I've not been able to ask them questions. The few who I asked told me they couldn't register on time because of issue with their Ghana card. And even with the issue of the 5 cedis, this morning when I engaged some people, some were saying it's on the high side because not everybody, even though we see 5 cedis to be minimal, but not everybody will have that.
Okay, well, let's cross over now to... All right. Well, we're having a bit of a challenge with your connectivity. So let's just cross over quickly to the Western region. We'll hear from Eric as well to see if the numbers there are a bit more encouraging than what we have just witnessed in the Ashanti region. Eric, good morning. Hello, Eric. Good morning.
Bella, I can hear you. Good morning.
Awesome. I hope you're well.
By God's grace, we are doing well here.
Are you also a member of Stubborn Academy, or you have already re-registered your card?
I think that I did mine a couple of months ago. MTN came to the office to do the registration. So I want to believe that I am safe.
Lucky you then. What about the others who are yet to link their Ghana card to their SIM?
Well, there seems to be a common slant in all the regions, particularly what Ibrahim reported minutes ago. Yesterday and Saturday, when we went to the regional office of the National Identification Authority and where they are supposed to do the link, we saw quite a number of people eager to register because obviously of the deadline that was fast approaching. But this morning when we passed there, strangely, the numbers are no more. I can't even count more than 50 as opposed to yesterday and Saturday and Friday when I counted in excess of 400 and 500. So maybe this Ghanaian attitude of waiting for the last minute before they re-register or before they go to the various centers to register is probably kicking in. But for those that I spoke with, they tell me that the new deadline offers them opportunity to go back to work and make up for the lost time. So it's not as though they don't want to register, but they spent some days outside of the office. So the new deadline will give them the opportunity to go back to the office and work. So that is some of the comments that I picked. But for others too, it appears that they think that this is simply a drain on them, that it should be possible for them to be anywhere without necessarily coming to the registration center to register. So they can be in a trotro, they can be in the comfort of their homes, they can be at their workplace, and they should be able to register. So for them to leave their work and come and join long queues, it's a drain on them. And for some, they are also they wonder whether after this new exercise, a year or two, they are not going to be called again to go and join queues and re-register for whatever purpose that government intends to use the Ghana card and the SIM card for. Because according to them, they were thinking that the Ghana card would have been their last stop. But now here again, we are with another registration. So they are not even confident that after they go through all this toil, maybe a year or two, they will be asked to go and join queues again. I spoke to this man, and he had quite interesting reasons. According to him, if after the deadline and his SIM is blocked, well, so be it. I mean, because he doesn't see the reason why he should leave his work and go and join queues, because there should be a mechanism where he can be anywhere and register.
Hold on with that thought, and we'll come back and find out from you, according to what people have said, if they are now satisfied with that 5 Ghana cedis that they might have to pay if they're willing to register at any point in the country. But let's take a look at the conversation that you had with some of these people yesterday and what they had to say.
But you're being serious because if they are no, why are they no? If you don't want to dream, the way on the time they're been no man winning the able. This is how I standing. The man over sans what to one dream. On the time they're been and sign on a count.
Thanks, now the young politicians know sometimes you know I have already an idea of because just a matter of that you know. You for striking, you are a brain. But when the work of Bakasala, we are based on this and send it to my yard, and we're not near here and waste your time, Kaka. No, I talk about food for you. That was Basa. And what today? Politicians, no one of you there. When you don't understand what kind of why do you know? Why do we know? Yeah, I wonder why do you mean internet and be an opera use our general for a second impact. Not any more with them.
Those are a good initiative of a senior Bayer Union when you're a
during Ghana card registration, one fan can one card also be your fund now we to now register. Because I'm here today, what to my sending for 2 months. If you think the period of these 2 months will be able to know what, especially you know, our woman on this is able to our woman in a be able to register. Listen, I think it's a good and I'm on a bandwidth to that war. If that's the Ghana for fire last minute shoe, but now Mr. Muguni there for people being one intention there was because now people were waiting that one summer career one Ghana card now one is people were expecting that one summer one Ghana card no because that was the only area able to make that for registration.
Oh, I'm not when Yamada very stressful because the Ghana card no compare quick baby na one and can one day and one of one and second so a bit more day why you and now I say so I'm assuming there or wasting of time because Juma Ebokwana Kwakaye Ebokaka line one sana Alpana why you know sometimes the crampo oil part trouble na ding post some who know very stressful so what a day while end in the CCLA so now no ebinum one and sanka one day.
So there clearly is some commonality in the concerns that have been shared. The fact that, first of all, it's time wasting to join queues, for hours and days and not get anything out of it. And also the fact that there are a lot of people who still had not received their Ghana card as at yesterday when that deadline was almost hitting. And so that clearly has been the concerns, not only for the people in the Western region, but for the other regions as well. I'd just like you to break down just a bit for those who may not necessarily have understood what these people were saying, because Fanti is not quite an easy language to understand. I mean, there's one thing I want to ask you. What does akonya mean? Because I was trying to link that to the conversation. I still couldn't figure it out.
Opportunity or chance.
Oh, that's what it means. But just break down what they said, basically, just briefly for people who may not have really gotten the message.
Basically, the common slant was that it was a waste of time. You did a perfect summarization of what they said. Yes, you did. But, well, essentially, it's about the concerns that many Ghanaians have been expressing. The fact that it is time wasting, it is time consuming, the fact that they think that the deadline is actually not necessary, given the fact that it is not through any fault of theirs that government wants to introduce a new initiative. So it shouldn't disadvantage them in any way. Again, the fact that they think that the extension is good because it will afford more the opportunity to, well, if there are issues with their Ghana card, rectify it before they go ahead and do the final registration. And the second gentleman also spoke about the fact that the challenge he sees is the fact that a lot of people do not have their Ghana card ready. Those who have theirs, there are some mistakes on the Ghana card. So once there's an extension, it will give them the opportunity to, as it were, rectify all these challenges to enable them to do the final registration.
Let's head over now to the 5 northern regions. Christopher Mwako is also on standby to update us. Christopher, good morning.
Good morning, Bella.
Stubborn Academy or not?
Oh, not.
Not. You've already registered your SIM.
Yes, I've done that.
I see. What are people saying about, first of all, the extension of the deadline, and secondly, the fact that they may have to pay some 5 Ghana cedis to register in the comfort of their homes or wherever they find themselves?
Yes, so Bella, starting with the fact that the Communication Ministry has extended the deadline. People are happy, and according to them, it will give them the opportunity to also go through the process. But their worry has to do with the acquisition of the Ghana card, because up till now, it is very difficult for majority of the residents to get their Ghana card, so that it will facilitate their move to getting their SIMs re-registered. So that is one particular issue they have been talking about. But their concern is that so long as the Communications Ministry wants them to re-register their SIM, they should work together with the National Identification Authority to ensure that they fast-track the processes for them to acquire their Ghana card to be able to re-register their SIM. So what they are saying is that they have various centers, just as the telcos have extended or made up some adjustments for more designated centers for them to go through the process. The National Identification Authority can equally do so, because some of the people are in remote communities and traveling to the town centers and the Tamale metropolis to do this Ghana card process is something that is very cumbersome. So they should decentralize it, even though all the districts have their centers, but they should make sure that it's 2 or more centers for the NIA registration so that they can acquire their Ghana card, and it will be easy for them to re-register their SIM. Now to the second issue of the app. In fact, majority of the people, especially those the working class who are here to register their SIM cards, they are happy in a way because there is an app coming for them to be able to log onto the app and get themselves registered. Even though they are supposed to pay some amount of money, that is 5 Ghana cedis, they don't have issues. According to them, it's better than going to sit in a long queue for hours and will not even get the opportunity to register. So for them, they will wait till the app is available for them to log on to the app and be able to register. So that is for them. But their concern is that not everyone can log onto the app and do the registration. And for them here, poverty is something that is very real. And if it can be reduced for those who cannot afford the 5 cedis, but will get other people who will help them to do the re-registration using the app. But better, one serious concern that has come up is that with the app and the 5 Ghana cedis, people will use that to dupe others, because they will go to the communities and they will want to even charge them more than the 5 cedis for the re-registration, because even though on the app is 5 cedis, yes, but people will want to use that, go to the communities, they register, yes, you pay 5 cedis for registering you on the app, and they will charge maybe 2 or 3 cedis in addition for themselves. So the Communications Ministry should check that. That is from some of the concerned residents.
Well, duly noted, and I'm sure that the ministry will eventually put out the mechanisms towards registering using the app. They are telling us that, of course, the app will be ready tomorrow officially for usage. And so let's see how that goes. But back to you, Eric. I wanted to find out from you, and Ibrahim, don't go anywhere. I'll come back to you as well. Now, that issue of 5 cedis, we've seen a certain group insinuate that, of course, that 5 cedis is totally wrong. That decision to charge is wrong because, first of all, we didn't even hear from Parliament if they had approved the fees and charges for this government initiative. And so, ideally, we should not be charging any monies at all for people who would want to register without having to join those long queues. Have you heard what people are saying in the Western region concerning this?
Not at all. On the issue of whether it is illegal or not, I've not been able to have any conversation with people on that. But the issue basically is that for those who are very familiar with the internet setup, they think that this is going to be a big relief for them because then they don't have to go to the various centers and queue in the scorching sun. But the challenge that I see probably is what Christopher Amakun explained. For those who will hear about the app, I'm sure they will think that it will be an easy route for them not to go and join the queue. So they would want to employ the services of another person who is very familiar with the internet to help them. And the 5 cedis probably for the extra services, somebody will want to charge extra. So like 7 cedis or 10 cedis. And I'm sure that people will opt for that option, considering the fact that if the app is very well, so if I go to maybe a vendor and within 5 minutes I can get my registration done, as compared to going to the various centers and spending days missing work and all that. I think that I'll prefer the option where probably if I'll pay an extra 5 cedis or extra 10 cedis to save me from the hassle at the queue centers, then probably that is what the minister will have to look at. But for those who are familiar with the internet, they think that this is going to be a big relief. Bella.
Ibrahim, what about you? I think we lost Ibrahim, so I guess at this point we'll wrap up this conversation here. And I'm sure that for yourself, Eric and Chris, you would definitely hit the streets again and find out from people what they make of the announcements moving forward and whether we'll have a lot more people registering in the coming days or not. Thank you so much for making yourselves available this morning to have this conversation. And for those of you who are watching, we'll also give you the opportunity to share with us what your thoughts and concerns are about the minister's announcement yesterday. Are you willing to pay that 5 Ghana cedis, or do you think that as a government initiative, we should not be asked to, to pay any amount, whether or not we decide to join the queues at the various telcos? So we'll come back and have that conversation. The numbers will be on your screen shortly. This is TV3 Newday. Keep watching.
We are being harsh on the ordinary Ghanaian. We might say 5 cedis is nothing, but let's consider someone who barely makes 5 cedis a day. It might be so surprising to say someone barely makes 5 cedis a day, but it's the truth. 5 cedis is someone's daily meal. Okay, so you can't expect that person to just throw it on Ghana as SIM registration. It's the duty of the NIA to share this data with the various telcos. And if they are not doing their job, it's no one's business. NIA is a body of Ghana. So I don't understand the reason why the Ministry of Communication is not able to go to them to seek this data for the telcos. Or are we doing a separate registration for a different country or what? We would extend it and extend it and extend it till thy kingdom come. Because even the source documentation is not even ready for the people. So what are they saying? And no one can block anyone's SIM because they have not been able to register. Because the whole lot of factors shows the government is not even willing to do the right thing.